We haven't done the introduction. Oh, hold on, just a second. Greetings, everyone. Director Arctor here. And a bit loud, actually. But, yeah, fine, you'll be fine. This is welcome to the open mic article wait for Wednesday. I should probably start saying the date. 8/8/2019. Apparently that was some secret code, this date, because Trump said he was doing something today and someone was actually going off about it having deep special significance in racism. But I digress. I'm joined so far already by Angry Fremen, Gray, who'll be managing the chat, and Misty.
Hi.
I hope you're all having a fine week thus far. How have your weeks been, those of you who were not here while I was doing art yesterday anyway?
I shit posted today. I'm happy with that.
I've got paid employment, I'm happy with that.
Getting paid is indeed good. Well, we got a lot of articles today. Certainly more than ours. Oh, Steve. What? Go on.
Never mind.
No!
Never mind.
Not even finish the thought. You can't leave that hanging in the air. I need resolution.
Too bad. No, okay, I'm fine.
Doubt.
I think she.
Starting off, Rosanna Arquette wants you all to know that she is. I'm sorry I was born white and privileged. It disgusts me, and I feel so much shame. They are, of course, being mocked heavily for this. One point, random nobody, Glyn Hotz, said, I think it's called sarcasm, you freaking dopes. To which Rosanna Arquette was very quick to respond with, it's how I feel. So imagine they came to the defense of their super special celebrity snowflake, implying they were being sarcastic, and got shot down by the snowflake as they reassured everyone that they really do feel supreme disgust over being born white and privileged.
Not privilege.
So privileged that it hurts them so much that they're going to keep their position of wealth and celebrity. Even though it hurts them so much, they're going to keep on doing it to push important things, despite the pain.
What a bitch.
Meanwhile, some of you who've been paying attention to Twitter have probably been severely disappointed by Representative Dan Crenshaw, who is now joining Trump in supporting things like red flag laws, where if friends, family, or whoever the hell decides to report you to the police as a danger, the police can come by and take your guns, because what could go wrong with that? Despite the fact that, deaths have already occurred in the states where they've passed those stupid things, but that's disappointing. But he's not alone. Even Representative Solid Snake is just one of many Republicans who are actually pretty okay with having the government take away all their guns. Bill Mitchell decided to go full Representative Swalwell on us, saying, can we be real for a moment? The government has tanks, drones, attack helicopters, bazookas, 50 cal machine guns, shoulder-launched missiles, laser weapons, sonic weapons, fighter jets, and laser-guided bombs! You really think your pop gun is going to protect you from them?
Yes.
The total U.S. military is about the population of Chicago. So, 330 million versus about 1.5 million. Who's gonna win?
And I'm sorry, America. I don't mean to be picky here, but you haven't got the best track record with guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the very argument. See, that's why we need those guns, because it is not guaranteed that the tanks, drones, attack helicopters, shoulder-launched missiles, 50 cal machine guns, laser weapons, sonic weapons, fighter jets, and laser-guided bombs would actually win, because, of course, they haven't in most situations where they're confronted with guerrilla warfare, and that's assuming that Bill Mitchell's image of the U.S. Army is accurate in that, I don't know, around 1/3 to 2/3 of the Army wouldn't immediately defect upon being given orders to just randomly murder all the domestic gun havers.
Okay,
Well,
don't
there
they
you are.
swear to the country, not the president or like the people in charge? Like,
Yeah.
if they give the order to fire on innocent civilians, then I imagine the military is going to turn around and be like, no, motherfucker.
Yep, Bill
Yeah,
Mitchell wants
no.
us to trust Trump and give up the guns and whatnot, but no, he just went full Swalwell, and we can write them off as a rational player.
You also
That's
need to
what
think.
happens. You people. That's what happens. You people wanted a democracy. Now you've got a democracy. Can I take over now?
What do you mean by you people?
Yeah, what do you
Shut
mean
up,
by you
Simon.
people?
You're not even human.
You're not wrong. I mean, what? I am normal human.
Coffee
Turning
one
this
dollar
into a
human.
race thing, Steve?
Now, the one thing Bill
Um,
Mitchell did not say is that they have nukes, and that they would totally nuke the US to get those pesky gun havers.
With you can technically buy a tank in the U.S. if you want to. It's like 50 grand minimum.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
you can actually do
fantastic.
that in the UK, but getting them road legal is the difficult.
Yeah, and I think they're only are allowed to be road driven in times of like parades and stuff like that. Though, who's gonna pull you over in a tank?
No, I guarantee you someone will. Trusting you
A
that
larger,
Nah,
a larger
Yeah.
tank.
you. A lot of people would see you in a tank would run away.
You know, at the rate
The
at
only
which they're
people who will
supplying
come at you are
police
the ones who
departments
do.
with military surplus, they might just use a larger tank.
Or helicopters.
Well,
I stole their tanks. How does that make sense?
look, I'm all for citizen ownership of tanks. Maybe we could keep a closer tab on the cannons and the shells, but the tanks themselves, why not? You can do a lot of damage to the car as it is.
I mean, like,
Certainly,
I have a few tanks, and it's like, you know,
I'd
Got
buy an APC if I had that petty cash lying around. Let's see, we have several other articles lined up today. Let's see, I believe we had a request first. Something lighthearted from Cornwall Live. Watchers please chase a dinosaur down Plymouth Street. Hilarious dashcam video shows officers following fancy dress reveler running through city. I don't think we need audio for this.
What's the no 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 no. I don't remember what's called.
Yeah, I've definitely walked down that street. There's a Las Iguanas pretty close by.
Look, a lot of credit needs to be given to this man. He's running away and keeping a pretty good pace despite it seems like a pretty big handicap there. Now let's see.
Well-
We need more dinosaurs.
Oh, did you want to read this one from him?
I can.
You don't have to.
Give me a
I got it
moment.
right here. You know, I could do it myself, but you're welcome to read it.
I got it up. After the pop-ups go away. Police have released a hilarious dash cam footage showing patrol car following dinosaur running down a city street. Officers heard laughing hysterically as they chased the fancy dressed reveler close to Royal William Yard. In a scene like something from a comedy Jurassic Park, a tall T-Rex type figure hurtled along the road last night. Impressed by his speed, in a costume which looks like about 8 feet high, one officer said, makes you wonder how they became extinct, don't you? This 30-second clip ends with a dinosaur turning menacingly.
I don't think menacingly is the word here.
Toward the camera outside the entrance to the yard. It appears the officers survived to tell the tale, but weren't able to tweet a clip from, and were able to tweet the clip from the dash cam.
What a shocking outcome.
They said, let's hear your best why did the dinosaur cross the road jokes. So, I kind of want to find that now just to see what it is, but, you know, I really wanted to see if the dinosaur got caught and just went.
Look, apparently they're doing a good job of protecting the identity of the person. What were they even being chased for anyway?
Yeah, like, did the article say, or?
Look, at this point I wouldn't be surprised if he required a license for it, but...
Well,
it's Plymouth for that night. It's probably going to be a drunken disorder.
police on reptile violence is at an all-time high.
Okay, look, if they managed to pull that off while drunk as well... No, I'm sorry, I don't buy that for a second. Maybe some stronger, maybe speed. Something that gets them up and out there. Otherwise, if they were just drunk, I would have expected that video to end with them falling over.
So, question.
You haven't seen Plymouth, like drunken Plymouth. I don't know what the plural for people from Plymouth is.
Plymouth.
Plymouth.
Plymouthonians?
But
Plymouthians.
It's Plymouth.
I now want the
You don't
next.
have to. It's Plymouth. The people there are important.
True.
Hey, I fucking lived there for a year.
And you left because?
I wanted to get out really quickly.
My
video
point
unrelated?
exactly.
I want the Olympics to have this runner. They aren't gonna win.
The hero we deserve.
Actually, no, they might, because every other runner would just be laughing too damn hard.
I'm just going to interject ready for some chat stuff. Smoking Rat's joined. Hello, Smoking Rat. We got Shadow Wolf 87 in the chat. Daychrist, I am sorry. It looks like he's gone, and I missed the wanted to interject, but missed that. And a Catman 9222 is also here.
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
it's
welcome.
sliding in
I'm sorry, what did Dick Chris say again?
Said, can I interject? Unfortunately, I missed out on that, and looks like they're gone. Daychrist is still there. Say what you wanted to say and all that.
Dear Chris, you can interject if you have access to the volunteer reserve server. This is an open mic. I don't think we're quite full up yet. Although we have gained a new person in the voice chat. I do believe
Rat.
the Smoking Rat. Welcome. Feel free to pipe up whenever. I'm not hearing you right now if you're saying anything.
I think he may be having some mic issues because he's been joining and leaving.
Technical difficulties.
I had some earlier.
Sympathize. I sympathize so
Can you
very
hear it?
acutely. Surely things go wrong regularly. Like, for instance, I was supposed to be playing some Rocket League with some other more popular YouTubers, and it just didn't happen. I'm sure it was unintentional.
Yeah, it's just because you're a loser.
Yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah, you're just a loser. You know.
Clearly we need a new article. Right, so we have a few options here. Woman threw pot of boiling hot grease in the face of alleged burglar, please say. I think that's a feel-good story.
Oh,
Crabs invade Florida neighborhood. You think they'd be trying to get away? Texas woman sues for $1 million after walking into a window at a grocery store. Drug makers pay $70 million over deals to keep cheap generics off the market. Oh boy. Iowa agency director who hosted 2-Pack Fridays for years asked to resign soon after mass rap lyrics email. I don't really know what's going on here, but so many questions already. A car with a very special air conditioner from Aphrodite News.
Spitfire.
I appreciate their inventiveness here. Could have died in minutes. Backpackers slammed for life-threatening stunt involving killer octopi.
killer octopi.
Yep,
Is
blue ring
Is that
octopi.
the? Yeah. They're considered the most venomous in the world. Yeah.
And then we have 2 articles regarding drugs and burritos. Or drugs disguised there as, or quite possibly confused for, really it seems hard to tell. Certainly one is likely.
I would want to go with the Karen, the Karen trying to sue a shop for having windows that are too clean.
I kind of want killer octopi. That's it.
Okay. I think we'll go for the woman trying to walk through window and sues the store.
Yeah.
Followed by octopi. Do we have a third?
I'm impartial in this. I got the article I wanted to.
Yes, I suppose you went first. Well, okay, we'll start with that then, in order of request. This from KSAT.com, Texas. Texas woman sues for $1 million after walking into window at grocery store. Woman thought window was an open doorway, lawsuit says. How is that the store's fault? San Antonio, a Texas woman is suing for up to $1 million after she walked into a window that appeared to her as an open doorway at a well-known grocery store, according to a lawsuit. KSAT.com's sister station, ClickToHouston.com, reported the woman is suing Lagron Services, a Houston-based construction company that built the Kroger marketplace where the incident happened. In the lawsuit, the woman said she went to the Kroger on April 17th. As she was leaving, the woman walked toward what appeared to be an open doorway, but instead of a doorway, the woman walked directly into a clear, floor-to-ceiling window. The woman claimed she sustained serious injuries.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Good one, yes. Perfect.
I'm glad that joke translates.
Also, how fast did they have to be walking in order to hit the glass hard enough, not to break the glass, but to injure themselves to the point they feel they have a case for suit? Look, I think any place exposed to sufficiently clean full-wall windows might have similar incidents to report, points where they weren't paying enough attention to where they were. But,
This article, it basically just, I've seen the Karen memes.
Yes.
That I want to talk to your manager, people.
I have not, but
Woman is.
I
That's
believe...
what this woman is. She's. I want to talk to the manager. I have the entitled child. Nothing I do is my fault. I sell MLMs.
Well,
She's one of those people. I bet you.
it seems likely. I would bet on it, in fact. I don't know if you're seeing this. I've gotten my hands on an arrow that only ever points right. I'm just arbitrarily showing it off while discussing this. Here's the thing that really sticks with me in the article. This happened as the woman was leaving. As in, she had to know where the entrance/exit actually was because she got into the building without smashing her face on a window. So, what's her excuse for somehow losing track of where that actual guaranteed doorway really was?
I just...
She ran out of money from her last husband.
So many people getting stupider these days.
No, it's not stupidity. This is a scam. She's pulling a scam. I
Yeah,
know
I
these
think
types of
she's
people.
stupid.
I remember dealing with these types of people. Trust me, these people, if they find a way to make any easy money, they will fucking do it. I once saw a woman who literally tried to fling herself off the stairs so she can sue the building.
Sue the actual building.
Like sue we were in like a grocery store, and this woman in front of me decided she literally jumped off the stairs, and she went, "I'm going to sue," and it's like, Aaron haircut, and trust me, these people, if they find any way to try and sue you, they will fucking do it. That's why companies are so fucking strict about health and safety. It's because these people exist.
That's
Yeah.
really stupid. Makes it easy to beat.
I believe it, although if they get in the habit of throwing themselves downstairs, I think at some point they're going to pay some prices that even a successful settlement won't compensate for. Anyhow, cut down
Agreed.
minutes. Backpackers land for life-threatening stunt. 2 backpackers have risked their lives by playing with one of the most venomous creatures in the ocean that could have ended their lives in just minutes. In a video uploaded to a Facebook group for backpackers, 2 men from the UK and Ireland are seen dangling a live blue-ringed octopus and resting the creature on their bare skin. In the post, one of the men joked about how fishing in Australia is different and that they didn't realize they'd caught one of the most dangerous animals in the world.
Of course, they're from the UK.
Been an interesting 2
Do you think
days
this one really
fishing.
backfired?
Caught a blue-ringed octopus, one of the most dangerous animals in the world, and didn't even realize. One of the men posted. Do they really not know that when they were putting it on their skin, or did they find out and still threw it on the arms? I don't know. While the men in the video thought the stunt was hilarious, others in the group were not impressed. Wow, this guy could have died so easily, one person responded to the video. Enough venom to kill 26 people in minutes. A painless bite until breathing problems set in. Later, another person added. Most people were amazed, calling the move dumb and pointing out how lucky they were to be alive. I can't believe he put that on his arm. If it bites you, it paralyzes you, and you stop breathing within minutes, a Facebook user said. I've poured concrete that is less thick than you, an unimpressed person wrote.
Well, that must be really shitty concrete.
Yep. The Australian Museum confirmed
Great.
that the octopus had bitten them. They could have been dead in minutes. Well, I think, just a guess here, I'm going to suspect that if it had bitten, probably would have only killed one of them. The other one would probably not have been stupid enough to then play with the octopus themselves. So, you never.
I think the idea is it's a delayed venom, if I remember correctly. Like it takes a while for like the paralysis to set.
A few minutes, yeah.
I think after one gets bitten, they're not going to rush to throw it on the other person, so... Well, or maybe I'm wrong, and the octopus just launched itself physically at the second and wanted to complete the job.
It's a face hugger.
Also, they could have made the octopus incredibly ill. You know, a human skin isn't like
It's not that tasty.
germ. No, it's like human skin has like a lot of germs, and octopuses can easily,
Octopi.
you know. And so they could have made that octopus really ill.
I would have wanted to spin it. You know, like when you get a string and you spin it around, it makes a noise. I want to know if an octopus makes the same noise when you spin it while it's turning.
Ah,
I love
Yeah.
that transition.
A really high
really
pitch,
bad.
like. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes, I
My
understand the
point.
curiosity, but I feel bad for the octopi. Look, in the event that humanity managed to wipe itself out, when it comes to creatures that might crawl out of the ocean and take over where we left off, octopi are pretty high on that list. Damn things are
And the
smart.
octopi will inherit the earth.
It's not the meek shall inherit the earth anymore.
The
the
octopi,
octopi.
absolutely. And mind
the
you,
geek.
that saying,
Yes.
the meek shall inherit the earth, rubbish! That I learned that was a mistranslation, and it's actually pissed me off, because the meaning of the actual verse is entirely different and makes a lot more sense. Those who know how to use the sword and how, when not to use it, will inherit the earth. It's a very different lesson there.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Peterson, Jordan Peterson deserves credit for pointing that one out. But still, wow, we've all gotten that one wrong for way too long. Makes perfect sense. Knowing how to fight and choosing not to. Those are the people who would inherit the earth.
yeah, and it'll be great.
Fingers crossed. We'll see.
Give me some time. I'll take over the Empire.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
the idea be to outlive the meek then? Or to out-survive them or something?
Or beat
Well, that's
them
just
to
it.
death.
The people who know how to fight, but don't recklessly
Yeah.
fight, they'll be the ones to outlast and survive.
Then they can play with the octopi too.
Yeah, then they can face off on the new wave of octopi settlers that come in from the deep.
Yeah.
Because of the small size of the injecting apparatus, the bite may not be felt, the website states. However, within minutes, symptoms include numbness of lips and tongue, difficulty breathing, followed by complete paralysis of the breathing muscles. Victims appear to lose consciousness as they cannot respond to their name being called. What a terrifying way to go. It's not the first time tourists have made the mistake of playing with the blue-ringed octopus. One traveler had a horrifying close call with the creature in a video uploaded to Reddit in January. An unwitting tourist cradled the deadly sea creature in their hand before vigorously shaking it off.
Dying's not so bad. You just have to make sure you don't die.
Right. Anyhow, I think
Rushing
that's
over.
advice most of us can follow. I would just like to stress my gratitude to these blue-ringed octopi for not gratuitously and murdering these idiots.
Yeah,
I
good
mean-
on them.
Probably.
And
Probably
they would
have-
have to be tourists. I can understand that because really, how many people think of octopi as being that deadly?
No, the thing is, like, from a behavior point of view, like, it must not have felt threatened, because if it felt threatened, it would have killed them, and if it felt like it could have eaten them, it would have killed them. Or, you know, it must have not been too traumatic for the octopus. Otherwise, they would be dead.
I like to think they released it afterwards, at least. Certainly, it
Oh,
deserved
probably.
a pass.
I heard the blue ring octopus has a tremendous patience though. Like they have like really good patience. So
But yeah, it's much like the sand spider. Like they have like incredibly powerful venom. It's just they don't use it because they
Yeah.
never really did evolve to use it as a defensive mechanism, especially.
The sort of meek that will quite possibly inherit the earth. They could kill us all, but they know better to just, let us do it ourselves. Anyhow, it's time to choose some new articles. Of our remaining choices, we have woman throws pot of boiling hot grease in face of alleged burglar. Crabs
So
invade
painful.
Florida neighborhood.
Crab people.
uh,
Crab.
Go with the
Crabs.
crabs, and
Crabs.
hopefully we'll run out of time. and Get
It's
enough
going to go
boiling
to
hot
the
grease in
crabs
face.
then. But before I do, Gray, if you could take a quick look at the chats and let me know if there's anything that's been missed.
Ezoob has joined in, asking how everybody is.
Welcome, welcome.
And he's saying Steam is right. It's very important not to die.
Yeah.
but I would say I'm not surprised that crabs invaded Florida. I mean, like the Florida people, they constantly have like really disgusting sex, and they, a lot of women don't shave, and there's also the free bleeding, and
Let's be fair, it's not the worst
Okay.
thing to invade Florida.
I'm pretty sure like Florida having crabs. I mean, have you seen all the protests, all the things that feminists been doing lately? And yeah.
Well, a while ago you had the man who had threatened police with his army of turtles. Would this be a war of the century?
if he threatened his police force with crabs, then this would. Maybe
Turtle man
maybe
versus
maybe
crab
they were
people.
all out of turtles, so this is the forces
No,
he
no,
served
I-
said this instead. Sorry, sir, the turtle army isn't coming, but here, have these shelled creatures.
No, I'm thinking that Florida is being invaded by crabs currently.
Well, they are, however,
And
not
we-
the
they
crabs
all-
that Steam implied.
So now, police
The only
and
person-
Turtle Man have to team up to fight against the crabs in a typical
Exactly.
"The enemy of my enemy is my friend." Oh my god, it's the movie of the century.
My money would be on the
This- Yeah.
turtles, if only he had proven his command.
My
I've-
war turtles can crush. My war turtles can crush crabs very easily.
in the event we get them here, and we'll certainly have the edge on that point. In a video recorded by Stuart, Florida resident Abriel Arnell, a massive amount of crabs are shown crawling around her neighborhood.
I'm hoping this video has that like that crab dance music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Look, they're happy
I
to
don't-
dance away from it. I'm surprised at how swiftly they can get out of the way of cars, at least. And,
I don't know what they're complaining. Seems like free food.
That was also a good point. I was thinking the same thing, Steam.
hey, we're all just lucky they haven't realized they could work as a team and tear apart in minutes. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's an SCP file that depicts that very thing.
So
Imagine
basically,
that, like they're all going into that bush, and all of a sudden they just all launch out again, just like as one horde.
a giant crab mecha sort of thing, like a crab
Mecha. Mecha crab?
Yes.
I
Oh,
think
that's
that's
a
what
weapons
it's called
past
too.
Metal Gear.
Yes. Well, fortunately, they don't seem to cooperate on that level. We've lived here a few years, and this is the worst we've ever seen them. Arnell told Fox 35. In the video posted on Arnell's Facebook page, hundreds of blue land crabs are seen scurrying across the street into bushes. Some, unfortunately, appear to get crunched under a passing car. Natural selection.
We
I
never
say.
saw that in that video. It
Yes.
appears, but I don't think they did.
That car, when it passed, seems to have...
Here's the thing. I don't know what the problem is. You just have to catch the crabs, eat them, cook them, eat them. You know.
I am fully supporting the crab forces in this war.
You know, these blue land crabs, I don't know, they sound pretty edible. Something about blue land
Crab
crabs
legs?
sounds pretty tasty. But then again, we don't know what they're eating, and they are just hanging out in the street. It'd be about like
Well,
eating a
they-
pigeon, I imagine.
Crustaceans, they tend to be bottom feeders. That's
Well,
why in
these are
Japan
land
they don't eat them.
crabs. They burrow in the ground, so whatever's in the ground's what they're eating.
Hmm.
So they culturally, like in Japan, they're not like this really fancy, rich dinner because they're bottom feeders. So they're just like, it's beneath us.
Yeah, no. Lobster isn't supposed to be a delicacy. It's just, I think that came around in like the 1950s. It was considered trash beforehand.
Well, no, even some Asian countries, lobster's just seen as whatever food. Bill.
If it's prepared properly, I don't mind. Anyhow, Arnold told Fox 35 that some of them even greet her outside her front door. I was told they're blue land crabs. Apparently they burrow throughout the year, but it's during this season, and their spawning season, the heavy rain forces them out. According to researchers at the University of Florida, blue land crab mating and female migrating season runs until December, peaking in October and November. This isn't the first time we've seen a crab invasion in Florida. A Port St. Lucie man witnessed hundreds of land crabs crawling up his screen porch and all over his yard in a video that went viral.
This wasn't the first war, and it won't be the last.
Oh,
The crabs will return.
Pizza Hut is apparently to close 500 dining locations across the US. Look,
Huh.
Pizza Hut was
America.
it's an American pizza chain, very well known, especially in Texas, and it was a feature of my childhood. And even with that stated, I won't miss it.
Doctor, we
Yeah.
know what Pizza Hut is. We have it in England.
Oh, well then you know.
It-
This is nothing.
It
from
is
London.
transcontinental.
The problem is that they don't do delivery where I am. So
Well, apparently in the US now they'll only do delivery.
oh really? Like the one reason I don't order from Pizza Hut is 'cause they don't do delivery. Like, I'm stuck with either Papa
Really?
John's or
Where?
I was under the impression that Papa John's was superior to Pizza Hut at least.
Oh yeah, Papa John's is the best. But I
I-
think
Partially
But
grew up on
because here's the thing,
Domino's,
like,
but that was because
we
Papa John's
actually
didn't exist at the
have a
time.
good. I've heard in America Domino's is actually really bad, but here in the UK, Domino's, Domino's is actually.
All I know is that I used to basically live off of this, and then I started eating better, and now it doesn't taste good to me at all.
Oh right, so say, how are you so thin still?
Yeah, with pizza, I wouldn't go Domino's and Pizza Hut because Pizza Hut is like paper thin. With Domino's, they actually try. Papa John's is the discount Domino's. So.
Remaining articles we have: woman threw pot of boiling hot grease in face of alleged burglar. Drug makers pay $70 million over deals to keep cheap generics off the market. Iowa agency director who hosted Tupac Fridays for years asked to resign soon after mass rap lyrics email.
That one. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, did someone want to read one of these? I'll throw that out there if anyone really wanted to pipe it up, or shall I carry on?
I'll read one if you send it to me.
Okay. You can take this one, Smoking Rat.
Well, that was Timber, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
That's simple.
Well, never mind, Smoking Rat. You can't have one after all. This one goes to Timberwolf.
Fine, I didn't want it anyway. Jeez.
Sorry,
No, it's okay.
Oh, and
I don't.
apparently Timberwolf has a story kind of rant, if okay. Look, we'll go through this article, and then, yes, probably, it should be fine.
Okay. Iowa agency director who hosted Tupac Fridays for years asked to resign soon after mass rap lyrics email. Okay. A 66-year-old Iowa state official was asked to resign last month, days after he spent, and music started playing, after he sent an agency-wide email to 4,300 employees highlighting lyrics from the rap legend Tupac Shakur. Iowa Department of Human Services Director Jerry Foxhoven was
Sounds like me.
repeatedly asked by Republican Governor Kim Reynolds to submit his resignation on June 17th, the Monday after he sent a Friday mass email in which he invoked the late rapper. In the email, which featured a large image of smiling Shakur Foxhaven, asked employees to mark the Hit 'em Up rapper's birthday that weekend by listening to one of his songs. He also noted the occasion of his 2-year anniversary as director and thanked the staff for their work. A spokesman for the governor wouldn't confirm or deny the reports that Foxhoven's email was the impetus for Reynolds' resignation request. As the governor has said, a lot of factors contributed to the resignation of Jerry Foxhaven. And now Governor Reynolds is looking forward to taking DHS in a new direction, said spokesman Pat Garrett told the Associated Press. Foxhaven's email, however, turned out to be the only one of many times the director has showcased his Shakur fandom during his tenure. At least 350 pages of emails obtained by the Associated Press revealed Foxhoven hosted weekly Tupac Fridays. That's impressive. Major fan of Tupac. Okay, where's the issue here so far? During which he would play the iconic lyricist tunes in the office. He frequently traded song lyrics with employees and even marked his 65th birthday with Shakur-themed cookies, including ones decorated with the word Thug Life. Where's the issue here?
Yeah.
What? So
If
a white
this was the
man
reason-
governor can't like Tupac. Okay.
This is
That's pretty
strange.
racist.
Apparently, maybe they thought they were heading off a scandal here. I'm really not sure what the logic was. I'd say it's just fascinating and adorable to imagine that this man right here, just rocking out to Tupac's greatest hits.
He was inspired even by his lyrics. It's time for us people to start making some changes. Like, where's the problem here? Because he's white?
Yes, that's the entire
You
problem.
should have
Yes,
known by
the
now.
one-
That's always the problem.
Well, some
my
members of
God,
staff
so
praised
white-
Fox for his efforts. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So white people can't be inspired by black people. Okay.
Apparently, that's racist. You know, everyone has to stay within their own skin color
Cultural
groups to
appropriation.
be properly woke now.
And Martin Luther King Jr. was inspired by a Jewish Muslim descent, basically, of our, I guess, Middle Eastern descent, to end the terrible actions towards his own people. Okay.
Yes.
So
MLK would
that-
not be nearly woke enough in the modern era.
Oh my god.
While some members of staff
but
praised
who-
Fox for his efforts, at least one employee filed a complaint. Isn't that the way it is? There's always one person who ruins it for everyone if they possibly can.
Obviously, they're not a Tupac fan.
I mean, it goes on and says the ousted director told Associated Press he doesn't believe his departure was as the result of the Shakira email, despite reportedly not receiving a reason why he was asked to exit. Foxhoven added he believes Reynolds simply made the decision to go in a different direction and that her mind was made up before he even sent the June 14th email. Apparently, the agency has embattled in several controversies, including difficult contract negotiations with managed care companies that run the Medicaid program, a trial detaining alleged mistreatment of boys at the state juvenile home, and an uptick in deaths at the Center for the Disabled.
I would like to think that if he's been asked to resign, it's for better reasons than that he just really liked Tupac Shakur. Because that's adorable. I can't imagine for a second that Tupac would be bothered by this in the slightest. But anyhow,
No.
Timberwolf, you said you had a bit of a rant. Would this get a YouTube channel struck? Because if it wouldn't, then go hog wild. Otherwise, this is going out on Direwolf Radio on the YouTube as well, so, you know, just for the record.
Okay. No, it shouldn't.
Then go hog wild.
It's more of just a very simple rant. We keep hearing from all these motivational speakers and I guess statistical people that we're supposedly living in the safest time ever. If we're living in the safest time ever, yet we're also screaming about how terribly racist everybody is and how much gun violence there is, it conflates the two and causes issues. How can we be living in the safest time in the period of history and also supposedly be living in the most feared time for gun violence?
That does not make any sense, and I can explain that really easily. Safe times are not politically useful. It
Safe
must
times
always
create
be
soft
murder
people.
apocalypse current year. You know, so that they can grandstand about how they're going to solve this with more laws that will actually make things worse.
I mean, it's just been something that's been bugging me, and I'm just somebody else was making comments on the radio today. I'm like, wait, we're in the safest time throughout history. You were less likely to die from gun violence than any other time in period in history, or just be murdered in general.
Yep, but,
Yet
you
we're
know.
supposedly have a violence issue.
It's this art form. It's this art form called propaganda. It's a beautiful art form, and it helps you think a certain way.
No, well, see,
Propaganda.
look, it was really disturbing when the US government managed to agree that that they could use propaganda again. What's really disturbing is that they apparently realize they suck at it to the point where now memes are going to be increasingly illegal. And certainly if you run certain memes on Twitter right now, they'll lock your account right the hell down. Like there was a meme
Like
going
Learn to
around
Code.
that featured a picture of Putin. And I can describe this to you, but if I showed it to you, who knows what might happen. And it said that we needed to, prevent foreign influence, foreign meddling in elections. That's why we need voter ID laws.
Yeah,
Which makes
but
perfect sense, and that's why Twitter just can't have it. Apparently, Twitter is also burying any reports around the group that apparently has been going to Mitch McConnell's house and threatening him personally.
Or,
Yes.
or you can have a you can have a dictator right now.
There are people who quite seriously, unironically, without a doubt, want that. Bade Sheba is a Twitter user who pines for a good old-fashioned monarchy because he thinks that that's the only way to get an honest person in power.
I would argue, so long as there are some things in place, it's a way to have somebody who has all of the responsibility and power, and therefore can be.
Yeah, if only.
What's the word?
Well, if you look at how America's actually set up, where technically the people are the government, we just hire people to run the government for us, and we've been doing a very terrible job of hiring the correct people.
Oh yes, and we've gotten the impression of viewing them as leaders rather than representatives, which is why the issue of Julian Castro revealing Trump donors publicly, as being horrible hate people who should be targeted. Really sort of behavior you shouldn't be seeing in any elected representative.
No.
Now, when it comes to monarchies as a functioning government, I will disapprove on one key point. Humanity has come a long way in the past few centuries, but spent many, many centuries previous just spinning its wheels to no viable purpose whatsoever.
I got a
What
better
was the
argument.
method of government during those dark ages?
I got a better argument. The United Arabs. There you go. That's the argument why the monarchy is bad. United Arabs.
But even in the United Arab Emirates, oh well, I guess that was technically not the United Arab Emirates at that point.
Look, the last thing we need is a new functional... Look, UK is doing just fine. The Queen, aces. The government is the problem there, granted, but the monarchy cannot rule alone. If you want to do it, say, some sort of corollary to a president, okay, fine, maybe, but not exclusively, because we don't need lords and nobles any more than we have them resurfacing already, and that's the worst thing for America. Neo-nobility. They really need just...
You don't need
Pardon my language.
lords, nobles, monarchies, or even government. You just need a capitalist dictator.
Look, again, dictators no cruel because they don't seem to get a hell of a lot done. Nothing new really seems to come out of dictatorships. Nothing that really
Because-
changes things. Not for the better.
Well, I don't.
But that's because it was a communist dictatorship. This is a capitalist dictatorship. It's different.
I don't know. King George managed to get a lot done. Wait, that is the right king that killed like 7 of his wives, right?
No.
No, that wasn't George. Who was that?
Not
John?
even close.
Henry V.
Not even close.
Henry Henry. I couldn't remember, but I mean, he separated from the Roman Catholic Church, formed his own church, took over parts of France. Yeah, there's a lot that got done. Was it all great? No. But anyway, my main point, or I guess complaint, is: do we really have an actual violence problem, or is it a news problem? Because when something happens, it just gets blown way more out there, and more people are able to react to it.
We haven't had a violence problem, I would say, but they're working very hard to fix that.
It's not a violence problem in my opinion. It's a hyperbole problem.
Well, one is going to lead the other at this rate.
People are just blowing everything that happens way too far out of proportion.
Yes, but we're actually at this point seeing higher-ups openly advocating for violence against wrong thinkers. That's
That I don't
There's
know.
growing demonization, and that's not going to end well. Hopefully it blows over. We all go back to business as usual. But I have to say, I'm a bit concerned personally.
And people tell me like, well, you just have to be a good person. You should stop being evil and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, you want me to be a good person like these people?
Yes,
no thanks.
good
I'd rather be.
is often a synonym for normal, which is not a synonym for good. Anyhow, anything from chat, Gray?
Nothing terribly new. I see Izu, on the other, a totalitarian dictatorship run on one beautiful dictator with no choices within the idiots she delegates crushing us to. Let me look. Also, we've got Jinx C is in chat as well.
Welcome, Jinx. No donations, huh?
that is-
No, that's fine. You throw money over me, my sake. It's okay.
Hold on, give me a second.
It's like you gotta give me a moment. Damn it.
Oh, I can't because I can't donate because Direwolf Radio hasn't fucking partnered apparently, so I can't donate.
Take your lemons. Make some lemonade.
And I can't buy
Oh.
lemons because they don't have PayPal.
What?
Well,
Yeah, they do.
Thank you, Andrew.
Not for the UK.
I put the
Huh.
Streamlabs link there. Look, it's fine. Look, we're running out of time. I can't dwell on this
Let's Streamlabs.
subtle implication that
Uh-huh.
not truly loved. Anyhow,
Yeah, you
another
gotta
article.
stop with the ego. No.
Woman threw pot of boiling hot grease in face of alleged burglar, police say. I thought this was a great article. It's heartwarming personally because this is someone who, even in the face of a gun, didn't just go, oh no, take what you want. They fought back, and how? Decatur, Alabama. Police in Alabama responded to a dispute when a woman used burning hot grease to defend herself from an alleged burglar who police said was trying to enter her home with a gun. The suspect, one LaRon Dick Macklin, had burns on his face when officers arrived at the scene, was transported for medical treatment. The Decatur Police Department posted about the incident on their Facebook page, with pictures showing the results of the suspect's burns from the grease, saying that the defendant is considered innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Burglary arrest. On August 1st, 2019, the Decatur Police Department responded to 2800 block of Wimberley Drive, SW, in reference to a domestic dispute. On arrival, the officers' contact was made with a male who was later identified as LaRon Dick Macklin. Oh, most kind Gray. Look, I received a Streamlabs donation. Fantastic. It really wasn't. I wasn't pestering you specifically, Gray. You're already managing chat. You're contributing 20.
It was 85 pence. I'm sure I can spare it, I guess. So that's
Very
all I can
well.
spare,
Look,
though.
technically I got a donation, so I'm actually feeling much better. Thank you.
And also, Timberwolf gave you 4 lemons in chat, so...
Oh, thank you for the lemons, Timberwolf.
You're
Most
making it rain.
Upon arrival of officers, contacts made from Bright Macklin's Timburn's transport. Through the course of the investigation, Detective Seaton Muckadam. Detective Seaton Muckadam. That's a hell of a last name. Muckadam. That belongs in a novel somewhere. Anyhow, discovered Macklin was the primary aggressor in the altercation. Macklin had entered the victim's house with a firearm. That's pretty damning. And the victim defended herself with a pot containing hot grease. On August 2nd, 2019, Macklin was charged with burglary of the first degree and domestic violence in the first degree. After receiving medical attention, Macklin was transported to Morgan County Jail without incident. Macklin is being held at Morgan County Jail in lieu of a $300,000 bond per Judge Howell. The above-listed defendant is considered innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. And that's as it should be, but it's pretty damning when you're, caught entering someone's house with a handgun. Pretty sure at that point he's just lucky she didn't have a gun handy, because this woman could surely have defended herself quite well with that too, only better. Hell the aim on that. Look, how many of you think you could accurately throw a pot of boiling grease into someone's face before they would shoot you?
But here's the thing.
I
She
could do it.
probably
Time
does
limit?
have a
I don't
gun,
know.
but she probably does have a gun. But she just didn't. She just wasn't at it at the time.
Though you
Well,
also
probably
need to
not.
think would you rather have grease burns on you, or just get shot?
Just get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
would.
get shot.
I would prefer to be shot way more than fucking like boiling grease in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, if, that,
War-
if those white areas are where he's burnt, that means it hit both of his eyes. I wouldn't be certain he's got sight after this.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, in the face.
Right in the face.
Jesus.
But I can't have sympathy because it was so easy to avoid this by not entering someone's home with a gun or at all.
He brought it upon himself. Yeah, but
Ow.
gee.
I can
That's
empathize
about as bad as what
Oh,
happened at a
oh,
fast food place.
to a degree. I just can't feel so bad. I would think for a second the woman didn't do an absolutely fantastic job at defending herself and should only be applauded for it.
I've had some boiling hot stuff thrown in my face before, so I can kind of sympathise with the guy, but yeah, no, don't break into people's homes.
You break into someone's house, as far as I'm concerned.
The transaction is complete.
Oh, thank you, Timberwolf. Also
Have
very
love,
generous.
Viking madman.
Viking madman. Not mad. Increasingly annoyed, but not mad. Not yet. Not yet. I'm holding together just fine. I shouldn't argue. It's a nation after
So
all.
wait,
The
that's
sentiment is
10
appreciated.
What is 1% of a tassel dance equal to?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work out quite that way, but
You're gonna test
you know,
dance, but he's still wearing clothes. So
look, we have some major fundraising drive. I might consider a meter filling up to the new standard price, but
God, I just thought of something even worse. You'd never agree. No, he'd never agree to it.
it depends. What is
I don't
the
know.
price?
He agreed to full frontal nudity for $1 million.
I keep telling you, Ark, you're the eye candy.
I did? What, full frontal for $1 million? No, I think it was in the
Yes.
millions, yes. I
No,
might need
you said million.
citation.
It was million.
Full frontal for $1 million.
And then you turn around and I went, yep, there it is. That's agreed. $1 million for full frontal, and you said, well, that would have to be private.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
any
Still
of that.
worse.
Now, I'm remembering Jinx saying 5,000 for a stream without pants and agreeing to that.
Yeah, that was like a couple days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The full
Essentially, you're
frontal
getting $5,000 for
Yes.
nothing.
Yes. Well, no, I am wearing pants, but I'm not going to prove it again and again. Look, there's just not enough room to pull it off here.
Interesting choice of words.
He's not
Also,
wearing
just
pants right
tedious.
now.
Yes. Look, I don't know.
Where'd that even start?
That's the thing.
How do we get on this
Well,
topic
that's
again? Look, we're running out of time.
you-
2 minutes left. Does anyone want to promote something? Change the topic.
You can have one or the
Direwolf
other.
Stream tonight. Supposedly.
No, well, then everyone who's a fan of Direwolf Media should tune in for Direwolf Media's game stream. I was not requisitioned for it, so I won't be there. But that's really fine. I will be with the Direwolf Media stream on Saturday, in addition to my regular show. So be sure to tune in for that as well. As for the guest this Saturday, fingers crossed, Magog maybe might just actually show up, or one Mr. Wolf. We will see how that works out in practice. I'd be happy with either if they're by chance listening in. It's, you know, their choice. Wizard, the guy that Wizard pretends to be, fine. But if not, then I'll have alternatives lined up.
And the last Sunday of every month, Arctur is obligated to stream with me.
Yeah.
This remains true.
Were you talking about Sir Wolf or as in God Wolf or Dire Wolf? I'm confused.
So, Wolf?
We
What?
know too many wolves.
There are a lot of wolves. It is hard keeping it straight. I assume it's Direwolf's gaming stream later on here.
No, you were talking about Saturday. You said God, and then you said God Wolf.
Did I? Well, then I completely mumbled that one. Direwolf's weekend stream, the Saturday stream, I will be on it. And as I will be for every Saturday for as long as I can stand to, we'll see how much certain other projects interfere. And with that,
Who's
we
the
are...
guest? Saturday? I'm sorry, that's what you were saying.
Yes, hypothetically, Magog of Morscar, or the guy Magog of Morscar pretends to be.
Okay, that's where I misheard it. Sorry.
Alternatively,
Wanted to make sure.
I'll come up with something else. We'll see. No confirmations yet. I'm only a little bit stressed about that. Anyhow, out of time. Thank you all for joining me with this open mic article, Wade. Thanks, Gray, for managing the chat. Angry Froman, Miss Steam, Smoking Rat, and Lieutenant Timberwolf. Also all for your generous donations in lemons and real internet money.
Nice talking to you too, Daddy.
Right. As long as progress continues, ostensibly, success is inevitable.